Hey everyone, and welcome to another episode of Unboxed. I'm your host, Dr. Robert Davis. Today we're going to be talking about taming the jealous leader. I think all of us have had some experience or feelings of jealousy in our life. We've even had people who are jealous of us. And then, we've had those resentment feelings, and we're going to talk about that. We're going to talk about how a leader works through those issues and what's really going on inside of us. So make sure that you stick around to hear that as we get ready to go. Make sure that you like, subscribe, and share. And we're going to come right back and talk about taming the jealous leader. I'm Dr. Robert Davis, family life educator and relationship coach. And welcome to Unboxed, a frank and straightforward conversation about relationships. We're going to talk about family, church, workplace, and all other types of relationships. Join me for the next few moments as we unbox the power and potential of relationships and help you to live your best life. All right, man, so glad that you've joined us today. You're seeing me, but you're not seeing me. You're hearing me, but you're not seeing me. That's because we want to make sure you get a quality program. We've had some internet challenges in our area. I spoke to several people, and for some reason in the city of Denver, internet has been going slow, but that's all right. We are going to kick it off anyway, so make sure that you stick around, like, subscribe, and share. We are talking about taming the jealous leader. And if you do want more information, our website information is right there. Please check us out. We'll give you some good stuff today. Taming the jealous leader. So I've been dealing with the subject of self-esteem. And when we talk about feelings of jealousy and self-esteem are, they're twins. They walk hand in hand. They are bosom buddies. So, typically when you as a leader are experiencing feelings of self-esteem issues, what's really going on there is this thing called jealousy that rises up. And as I've shared with you before, one of the challenges that leaders have to deal with, because as leaders, our job is to organize and to motivate and to delegate to other people. So it's like a natural tendency for a leader to be other focused. And as you spend more time focusing on others, what others are doing, not doing, should be doing, as you spend a lot of time focusing on other people, two things happen. One, you end up taking away from yourself, which is something we're going to do for a whole in-depth at another time. But what also happens is you start to allow others to have a certain amount of control over your emotions and over your feelings. And one of the things that happens when we become other focused is that we end up having experiences of jealousy. And so yesterday I talked about self-esteem and how when we project our focus and when our major focus is on other people, how that impacts our self-esteem. And I gave you those 4 pointers yesterday. Make sure that you go back and watch yesterday's broadcast so you can learn more about that. But let me just start off by saying that jealousy is not bad, okay? Jealousy is an emotion. And as I've told you about every emotion, anger, fear, whatever it may be, emotions are not bad. What emotions are is they are mental notifications. So emotions are just there to let us know what's going on. So when you have an emotion of fear, it's there to tell you, hey, something's about to happen and you need to be on guard. You need to be a little more vigilant. When you are experiencing an emotion of grief, it's saying, hey, you just lost something that was important to you, something that was vital to you. And so, you need to make sure that you're going through this process correctly. So emotions are not the enemy. Emotions are not bad. They're just mental notifications. And so when you are experiencing jealousy, when you are experiencing jealousy, I don't want you to think about that as being bad. We've been taught for years, oh, I'm feeling jealous of someone else, and man, that's bad. I shouldn't be jealous. I should be content. And we have all these other things that we've put into our minds that that are there. But jealousy is not a bad thing. I know that's counterintuitive. Jealousy is not a bad thing. It's just a thing. It's it's something that we all experience at one time or another. And it is an indicator. It's just something that tells us, hey, this is what's going on. You are missing something. There's something that's missing, an affirmation. It's whatever it may be. There's something that's missing in your life, and you need to listen to your emotions when they talk to you. So I want to talk about kind of sorting out our jealousy, and I'm going to give you 3 questions to ask yourself. And this is kind of what we do when we do our coaching and support groups. We really try to help individuals to, to work through these things. And these are the type of questions that I would ask, and you and I would process together. And so here's question number one. Question number one is going to be on the screen. What am I jealous of? That's a very important question. What am I jealous of, or who am I jealous of? And I'm sorry, I said what, but who am I jealous of? So if I'm jealous of another pastor, speaking to pastors now, if I'm jealous of another executive, if I'm jealous of somebody on the board, whoever it may be, who is it that I'm jealous of? And let's, because now once we identify that, then we can start honing in on some other very pertinent questions. So I know who I'm jealous of now. I got a name, I got a face, got a title, all that stuff. Now, when do I find myself feeling jealous? That's the second question. When do I feel jealous? And we're talking about what situations and stuff arise where you find yourself wrestling with this whole jealousy issue. When do I find myself feeling jealous? And then here's the third one that I want to ask you, and I'm going to give you an example, and we're going to end, okay? What happens leading up to me feeling jealous? That's the third one. What happens leading up to me feeling jealous? And that is the precipitating events. What are those events that transpire and lead up to me feeling jealous? And so I'm going to give you an example from my own life. One of the things, and I'm not going to give any specifics because I don't want to, put anybody on the spot, but I've had moments in my life, in my recent leadership, especially in my pastoral leadership, where I struggled with jealousy. And for years, I denied that. For years, I prided myself on saying, hey, I am not a jealous person. I am able to celebrate other people's accomplishments, blah, 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 blah. But the truth of the matter is, as I have had an opportunity to really go through the steps of processing my own emotions and feelings, I've come to the conclusion, I've come to the realization that, hey, I struggle with jealousy. So here's where I noticed in my own leadership, and this is what I help other leaders to do and how we work through these things. Here's what I discovered in my own leadership. And that is, when I've done something significant and someone else is recognized for doing something considerably smaller, I find myself feeling jealous of them. Yeah. When I've done, something that I consider to be significant. So I'll give you a classic example. This did not happen. I'm going to give a real situation from my life, and then I'm going to have a fictitious. So the real situation, when I was pastoring, one of the things that I was blessed to be able to do was to bring together the Islamic community, the Jewish community, and the Christian community in the Park Hill community. And we would have something called the Park Hill Interfaith Community Fest. The Community Unity Fest is what we called it. And it was remarkable. We would have people come in to help folk with understand financing and investment and all these great things. And, after I've done something like that, and we did this for a couple of years, you do all of that hard work. You're making such an impact on the community, bringing, religions and people together, helping people to connect with resources and all that. You do that. And then you go to a pastoral conference or a pastoral workers meeting, and then, someone gets recognized because they had a special dinner for one of their senior citizens at their church. And you're like, okay, that was nice that you had a special dinner for one of your senior citizens, and you as the pastor kind of coordinated that. But in comparison to what I did, man, that's not even apples to grapes. That's a whole different world. So I noticed that when I believed that I had done something significant and someone else was getting credit for something that I'm like, man, that's small. I found myself having these feelings of jealousy. So what I'm going to do is, now that I have given you all the information about myself, and again, I did do the Community Unity Fest, but I did not have an experience where I went to a workers meeting and they were giving someone else credit. But I wanted to use that as an example. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to come back and let's talk a little bit more about how, after we go through these questions, how we actually process these feelings of jealousy. Check out our website. We do executive coaching. We have wonderful peer support groups. You don't want to, you can get some more information from that. And look, I'm going to look forward to seeing you each the next time. Like, subscribe, and share, and we'll circle back around here and talk some more about becoming a good leader, and we'll unbox that even more. Take care now.
Seasoned with Grace, Unboxed also provides healthy relationship training and leadership development for businesses, churches, and community organizations. For a free consultation to discuss your team's needs, please contact us at our website at swg-unboxed.org. That's swg-unboxed.org.